uh, let me tell you a story. Claire has given me 15 minutes or 14 minutes, so I'm going to try to really keep it at that so that we can have some good conversation thereafter. So as Claire said, she didn't say I'm a Brazilian by birth and an African by choice. I came to Africa in 1997 and I worked for 13 years in Uganda, trying to push a bit of renewable energy. And then in 2011, I came to Strathmore University, which is this university whose name looks like from Scotland, but it is the university is in Kenya, in Africa. So when I joined Strathmore, the Vice-chancellor asked me to do two things. One, say, you please start for us a school of engineering, and then second, put us in the global map in terms of renewable energy. Anyway, it has been quite a journey, and now it is 11 years down. And yeah, the School of Engineering is there. We are offering Bachelor of Science in Electric and Electronic Engineering, and then we are aligning our syllabus with the 17 SDGs. So, and then as regards putting up Strathmore in the global map of renewable energy, we started a center for research here called SERC, Strathmore Energy Research Center. And it was in 2012. And we have so far trained more than 3,500 engineers, technicians, how to design, install, and maintain solar systems. From pico systems, like solar lanterns, up to grid-tie, utility-size systems, and also hybrid. Here is interesting when we can do wind and solar, or diesel and solar. So I think my Vice-chancellor, he has I mean, I could have tell him, so I will go, because I did what he had asked me to do. So, but then of course, life continues. And in 2012, we started another initiative, which is quite famous now. It's called, here it's called Kenya Climate Innovation Center. Kenya Climate Innovation Center. If you Google them, you'll find today is a huge center with a portfolio of about $50 million. And we do there, I currently am the chairman of the board, and we do there waste to energy, commercial forest, renewable energy, agribusiness, and water management. So in these 5 areas, we help small and medium enterprises to thrive and to create opportunities for them in their areas, normally rural or peri-urban areas. Then in 2016, together with the United Nations, we created something called KIGUN, that is Kenya Green University Network. So this KIGUN, currently we are 17 universities, and that was inspired by this building you are seeing here, is 120,000 watts. We have 5 other buildings. In total, we have managed to install 0.6 megawatt of solar energy that caters for all our needs in the university, from lifts to fries in the kitchen. Everything is taken care of by the sun. And then at night, as we don't yet have storage, we connect back to the utility, and then we do the end tail of our activities that go from 6:30 to 8:30, where we train professional people and also adults. So, but the interesting thing is that we managed to register a Strathmore as an independent power producer, and we use the regulation which is in place in this country called the feed-in tariff, And then we more or less consume about 350 kilowatt in terms of consumption and top consumption. Then the other 250 we sell our energy, which is solar, to the utility, and they pay us 12 cents of a dollar per unit. So this became such a wonderful thing because it attracts a lot of engineers and technicians who would like to come and be trained here. So we partner with the National Industrial Training Authority. We designed the syllabus and we began then working in training people. One of the problems of Kenya is actually that most of the technicians and engineers who deal with the solar energy, they are in Nairobi, which is the capital. So outside Nairobi, even Mombasa and other cities which are a bit famous, they do not have capacity. So what we did as Strathmore Energy Research Center, we partner with the local technical institutions, polytechnical, national polytechnics, and then we did the TOT, and now you have about 25 schools, secondary and TVET, technical vocational educational centers, training people in renewable energy, mainly solar, given this project that we did. We've been supported by US aid and GIZ, so United States and German, thank you. And now we have this. And of course, one of the things that helped is obviously we got a loan, a soft loan to set up this system, and we are now paying back. In 10 years time, we are now 7 years, but in 10 years, 3 more years, we will finish paying our loan to the bank. And then the rest of the lifespan of this solar system is going to be giving us, we calculate more or less close to $3.6 million in free electricity. So for us, the financial is okay. Of course, my finance director of the university is very happy. But what happens to us was that going green made us a lot more interesting partners with universities in the north, in Europe. Also Griffith, for instance, in Australia, we have a partnership with them. Loughborough University in the UK. We are now working with the Imperial College, developing a tool called the Calculator 2050 to calculate the carbon sequestration that we could have in the several sectors of industry. So what I can tell you is that we became famous as the greenest university in Kenya and the only zero carbon footprint university in sub-Saharan Africa. So a lot of good things happens because of that, including Claire, who you see invited us for this platform, and I'm talking to you here. And really is very interesting how we are also working with another company from the UK doing research on green hydrogen. So use the solar energy that we have a bit in abundance, and you get hydrogen from the water. It's a project called W2W, that's water to water. And then we are setting up a small unit here, 25 kilowatts only, but if it succeeds, we will plan to stop buying electricity in the evening from the utility. Then another interesting thing is that when you become a bit famous, then some other opportunities come. And then here, the government of the UK gave us a grant of £100,000 to develop a master's in energy. So we actually, with the help of University of Cape Town, we developed a master's which we are launching this September called Sustainable Energy Transitions. And because the country is divided into 47 counties, we have the hope that building capacity such that each of those counties may have one professional trained to face I believe is the biggest challenge for Africa today, which is the universal access to electricity. As you know very well, the dark continent has about 700 plus million people without access to renewable and affordable and reliable energy. So the SDG number 7 is going to be the leading path for us with the BSC I already mentioned to you, which we began this year, and with the sustainable energy transition, which we are offering for the first time in September, this September. Yeah, so many other interesting things happened. We had a visit by Nigel Topping, the champion of climate action for COP26. Then, of course, we joined as KIGUM, Kenya Green University Network. We joined the African Universities Race Towards Net Zero that we are doing together with our host. And we hope to report it to COP26 in November in Glasgow, probably via an internet platform. But really, my experience, I can tell you, as an engineer who came from Brazil and stayed now for almost 24 years in Kenya, in Africa, we have entered into a kind of a revolution. Decarbonization is here to stay. Nobody else, nobody in the world, no country in the world will want to go into carbon emissions. So we are shifting from oil and gas to wind and solar. And of course, we are still small, but the trend is such that in 20 years' time, for sure, oil and gas will be almost, will be less than renewable energy. And definitely, we actually feel that we should play the role of a capacity building institution for this new normal, which will be a decarbonized planet. And then, of course, again, the decentralization, because solar and wind, you can produce the power in the same place you use it. Therefore, you do away with the transmission, with the distribution, with investment in these areas, and also with losses. And again, all our training are going also in this direction. And finally, as my last word, before we go into some conversation, you know, the third D is digitalization. So we are training here our students of computer science and telecommunications on how to handle smart grid, smart cities, smart meters, etc. So we think that the future is multidisciplinarity. So we are going to put together IT experts, engineers, business people, and lawyers, such that regulations can be set for a totally different world, which is this one we are entering now. So I thank you very much for listening to me, and I'm looking forward to working in partnership with some of you. Thank you.